Splatoon is a 4v4 third-person shooter developed by Nintendo that released on the Wii U in 2015. It has 2 sequels on the Switch and a spin-off that has been in production, apparently. They announced it like a year ago and they haven't given us like any news on it, so I have no clue. The game has you playing as squid or octopus people, and the goal is to paint as much of the map as possible within a very short time. This is Turf War, you probably know it. If you know about the game, you probably know about it. Anyway, the game itself is very simple. You paint the ground, but why do you paint ground? What is the point? Is this all there is to our lives? Well, you paint ground because it's the objective, but paint isn't infinite. It will run out if you aren't careful, which leads to the second main part of the game. Squid. When the ground is inked in your colour, you can swim in it. This gives you faster movement, but also refills your ink tank. You refill ink tank to paint more. You paint so you can win game. But there's also the other team. They have the same objective as you, but you don't want them to win. So you kill them. They die. And you have access to more of the map because no one is stopping you. The weapon you have lets you fight the enemy, and the movement mechanics give you many ways to approach and fight your opponent. You can sneak up on them, rush them down, or just confuse them by moving around the map at super fast speeds. This is basically how the game works. Paint map, fight enemy, paint more map. If you can tell, controlling space on the map is very important, but this is just Turf War, the basic mode, the beginner baby easy mode. It is perfect for learning these basic mechanics and how to play the game. Now with another objective like controlling a certain part of the map, needing to take something to the other side of the map, or sports? They'll keep the main philosophy of Turf War, except now instead of controlling the map being the objective, it is just another thing that helps you with the main goal of the mode. But what if you don't like playing other people? There's also the side modes. Every Splatoon game has a story mode, and starting in Splatoon 2, they have had paid DLC in the form of new single-player story modes. Splatoon 1 and 2 keep it simple. Very simple platforming challenges that are honestly pretty fun, but are quite short and don't really push the mechanics too much. It makes sense because they are the first games in the series. People aren't used to the game's mechanics yet, and it's kind of an introduction to get you used to the game's controls. But there could be more. Like, I feel like, especially when you get towards the end of the game, you just don't really feel like it's challenging you. But they had an answer for that with Splatoon 2's Octo expansion, which is really good apparently. I've actually never played it, but it has Pearl and Marina a bunch, I think. So, oh yeah, and Splatoon 3 story modes are fine. The main campaign, from what I can tell, is just Octo expansion, but with a little less creativity, and it's more in line with the first 2 games. It's a step up, like a huge step up from those 2, but I still think it's a little bit underwhelming considering how creative this game is with its whole concept. I just don't really get too much out of this. Oh yeah, side order is pretty cool as well. Roguelikes are like crack cocaine to my autistic brain, so like, yeah. If you don't like that, you can play Salmon Run, which is a PvE mode that started in Splatoon 2, and has you taking on 3 waves of salmonids who come in so many shapes and sizes. Some more fun than others. It's pretty cool, would recommend. Oh yeah, and there's like table turf as well in Splatoon 3, but I don't know anyone who cares about that really. But who cares about all of this stuff? There's so much charm in this game! All of the music, along with being really good, is assigned to in-universe bands who make all of this according to the law or something. Yeah, let's not credit the actual musicians, it was these fictional characters, I swear. And these aren't just one-off bands and artists for like one song. They will usually have multiple songs per game, and they change over time, forming new groups and growing up and maturing as the series progresses. It's so cool! Not to mention the idol groups. They're in-universe music groups like the others, but there's a lot more focus put on them. They're major characters, they show up in the story modes, in-game events, basically all over the place. They're plastered all over the game. And they have some very, very iconic designs and roles in the story modes, the DLCs, just in general, they're some of the most beloved characters in the series. And how could I forget Splatfests, which are basically just gamified Twitter arguments? You can feel superior over people who don't like pancakes now. Yippee! Anyway, yeah, I really like Splatoon, and I think this series does a really good job of its game design. That's all I have to say. Bye-bye!